Hello, my name is Giovanna Bernal. I'm a Panama attorney with more than 20 years of experience, founder of Prime Solutions Tax and Legal. And today I'm here with Mr. Alex Alejandro Kapetanakis. He is the CEO of Atlas Vaults. Welcome, Mr. Alex.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here with you.
Thank you very much. Mr. Alex, would you introduce yourself and your company, Atlas Vaults?
Yes, it'll be my pleasure. I am Alex Kapetanakis, and I am the CEO of Atlas Vault. Atlas Vault is a vault like the style that you would think of in Switzerland in Panama. It is a way to create security and privacy in storing wealth of all kinds, but primarily in the sense of gold and silver and important all sorts of assets that can be stored away. It is something that is important for most people to know. It was a need that was to be filled in Panama, because Panama is the perfect country to have privacy and security. And we can go into the details of why. I'm sure that you tell your clients all the time, but Panama is a place that we can use to protect ourselves from the crazy legal systems that exist outside of Panama in the US and Canada and Europe. And it's a way to insulate yourself from those types of forces. And that is essentially what Atlas Vault is.
This is wonderful. I when we discussed the other time, I mentioned that I visited your vault and your business, and it's very nice. It's very center, right? It's in the city center of Panama.
Yes, and it's very important because, as you know, once you go into Panama, there are factors that are important to consider. And one of those factors is you need to be close by so that you can have access to your wealth. And as you know, and people that travel to Panama realize very quickly, the traffic can be a real problem. And there are some places that could be on the other side of the Panama Canal. And that is a real problem in terms of time, and convenience is very important to the people that come and stay with us, because it's important to have access to your wealth anytime you need it, and be very close to what you need to reach. And that's why we're right in the middle of the banking center. We're very close to a bunch of very good hotels, so it's very important to be in a central area and location.
Wonderful. And Mr. Alex, besides gold, what else can be deposited or secure at your business?
Well, first of all, when people become members and clients of Atlas, they have a contractual guarantee of privacy. We do not know what they put in their particular vault. It is by contract something that they keep, and only they get to know, unless they wish to share it with us for whatever particular reasons there may exist. But most of the time, what people do store is gold and silver and important papers of ownership for land. They store very valuable. Many people choose to store their jewelry in their private vault. And now we have a lot of people that store their Bitcoin keys and their valuables in Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. They keep it physically in a safe place, which would be Atlas. So that's the growing type of assets that are being stored now.
Oh, that's wonderful. How about art?
We can store art. We have enough of a space to do that. We have not had the opportunity to do that yet, because in Panama it hasn't arisen. But we do have the capacity to do that should it arise.
All right. I was checking on your website and reading, very interesting articles, and I came up with one about debanking. And this is something I've been hearing and reading because of, expats would like to diversify, or, besides of the US dollars, they want to have other options, and have different type of investments in many different ways. So what are your thoughts, and how your secure vault storage can help, particularly on gold, precious metals, to mitigate that risk?
I'm so glad you asked that, because right now I'm in Greece. I'm on the island of Crete, and one of the reason I'm here is I'm discussing with people who have assets in Europe, who are looking at the way governments have changed and what is happening to their wealth and their valuables, and they're looking for alternatives. And deep banking is a real problem. People that you can be debanked. In other words, you can have your bank account closed and you can be listed as a person who should not be able to open a bank account for many, many reasons. They may not like your business. You can be debanked. They may not like what you've said on the internet. You can be debanked. They may not like your politics. You definitely can be debanked. It happened in Canada. It's happened in Europe, and it is beginning to happen very much in Europe, especially in Great Britain. So it's something that we need to consider. And why is it important for people in Europe and Canada and the United States to consider an alternative? Is in Atlas, it is a completely private institution, which means only the people who open an account have access to that account. Nobody else. Atlas does not do what banks do. We are not under the banking laws, so we do not have the ability to. We do not create debts to other third parties. Whatever is in your account, whatever is in your vault, is yours, 100% under your control. Atlas doesn't even have access to it. It takes 2 keys to enter each person's vault, your key and Atlas key. Atlas by itself cannot open the account. So you have the access and you have complete power to be your own bank. That doesn't mean you have no need to have a savings account somewhere, because you still have to pay with cash and pay bills. But to have your assets and save your money is very important, to have it in a place that nobody can touch. And, as a lawyer, I'm sure one of the things that we need to tell clients is that when people put their money in a bank, it's not their money anymore. This is by law. It's not their money. The minute you deposit your money in a bank, you have now taken control of your money and given it to the bank, and you are now an unsecured creditor legally. That's happening in Europe, and it's in the United States. It's in Canada. It's all over the world. You are not the owner of a bank account once you deposit that money. Now, why is that important? Here in Greece and in parts of Europe, but mostly in Greece, during the crisis period, people lost their money in the bank because the government decided they were all going to get what is called a haircut. So all the money, 40, 50, 60% of the money that was in their savings account disappeared overnight. And also their banking account, not just their savings account. So these are the dangers of having all of your savings, all of your wealth in a bank. Now, it's important that you consider keeping your wealth outside of the bank, where only you have control. And as a lawyer in Panama, you can tell, I'm sure you educate your clients about the wonderful laws that exist to protect the client. And one of those is the foundation. And with Atlas, we accept, and as you know, everybody can accept a foundation as being the holder of an account. That's so important, not only to protect yourself against debanking, but for Americans and for Canadians and Europeans. It protects the people from having to go through from having to go to court should somebody die, and having to process legally and go through the probate system. So it's very important that people know that in Panama they have incredible opportunities to protect and isolate and insulate their wealth. And that's why I think when we talk together, we can agree that there are ways that you can always come and protect your wealth in many different ways here in Panama and in Greece and all over the world, but actively and intelligently planning it out.
Wow, this is very interesting what you just mentioned, and about the foundations. And as you mentioned, it's true. We set up Panama foundations like to avoid probate for asset protection. So the Panama Foundation can own the vault in the name of a particular
Yes.
person. Oh, okay, this is good.
You can create an account that's a corporation, and you can create corporations for your clients, but you could also hold a foundation, and that foundation can be the holder of the vault account, and that protects the clients for their children and their children's children, because as you know, you can tell your clients what kind of a hardship it is to go through probate court anywhere. And in Panama, even an uncontested could take as long as a year. But with the foundation, it never dies. And you have the ability to maintain that wealth all through posterity without having to worry about who's going to inherit, because the foundation has the ownership, and it never ends. And it's you who create that foundation, and you can explain it to your clients that they have control, they have the power, not the vault and not the lawyer. They do, and that's wonderful. That's a great tool to have.
Oh yes, definitely, yes. We have some clients that they keep jewelry and valuable, things, share certificates, public deeds when they own property. And this is definitely a good, solution to have everything, in one place, and also owned by the Panama Foundation to avoid this type of future situations for the heirs. Right.
And I want to point out that in litigious places like the United States, you are protected when you do that, and you create those insulation layers to protect your assets from greedy lawyers and creditors that want to attack your family and your own interests. It's something that has become a way of life, and someone like you can help talk to the clients about that better than I can. But it is an important thing to understand that it's a way to protect your family and yourself for the future.
Definitely, I really like the Panama Foundation. It's really easy to set up. It's just an annual fee, and it's like you are protected in so many ways, right? And I want to ask you, talking about partnerships or other solutions that you maybe have related to digital currencies, or I don't know, anything do you think is valuable, for our clients or expats that are viewing?
I'm very excited about the fact that we've entered a new future for wealth storage and wealth protection. Because one of the problems, you can have gold stored and you can have silver stored, but like anybody who has it, once in a while you need to spend it and you need to be able to use it. We have a partnership with a company called Kinesis Money, and they are clients of ours. We have an agreement with them, and they have a vault account with us. And what that means is they have the nation or the international ability with 13 vaults, and we are one of those 13 vaults, where they store gold and silver all around the world. And what that means is they created digital currency. And those digital currencies, one digital currency is worth 1 gram. 1 gram of gold or 1 gram of silver. And it's backed 100%. So 1 digital equals 1 gram in the vault, either in our vault or in one of the other 12 vaults around the world. So what that means is, digitally, you now have the ability to have a digital amount of gold on the phone in your account, and you can convert that digital with their app program that they have, and either use it digitally as it is with their they call it a KAU, the digital currency, and pay with that, or you can convert it to dollars or euros and put that in your bank account and spend it. And you also have the ability to go anywhere in the world with their accounts and either take the digital and convert it to gold or silver, or take your gold and silver and convert it back to digital. So that is something that we've allowed us to enter the future and allowed us to make people that much more powerful with their money. So now you can take your wealth, you can protect it, you can store it, and now you can help it. We have made it easier to spend it and send it to places around the world with using Kinesis and their system.
Wow, this is wonderful. I would like to learn more about that. And I will definitely put here in the screen your contact details and your address, the address of Atlas Vaults. So when someone is in Panama, they can visit, they can learn more. Tell me how they can also reach out and to you and your team.
It's very easy. I mean, if they want, they can check us out on the website and or on Instagram and send us a message. We invite anybody who's around or is going to be in Panama anytime. Just come on by and check us out. Now, what you need to come in and look is you need to show your passport and your second identification before you can come in. And then you will understand that we have many layers to come into. So we have very tight security, and we take it very seriously. But we invite you, your clients and your friends, to come and see us.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Alex. I really appreciate it. I also noticed that you have a YouTube channel. So for those that want to learn more about gold, how to storage gold, and how to diversify their investments and so on, they can definitely do that, and also your website.
Yes, thank you for mentioning the YouTube channel. It's it's a pleasure to be able to do that.
Yes, thank you. I really appreciate your time, to present this. It's really good information, for a lot of people, I'm sure. And I hope to meet you soon in Panama.
I invite you. Thank you.
Thank you, Alex. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.